Hey everybody, looks like I'm live. What's good? Blessings to you and yours. We got a new platform I haven't used in a while. We have Twitter. So I haven't did anything on Twitter in so long. So anyway, for a lot of you that haven't seen me on Twitter, thank you for following me on Twitter. Actually, it's not even Twitter anymore. I believe it's called X. I don't even know what you call it. But a lot of my music community is there as well. So hopefully all is well. Blessings to everybody. And I thought I'll give you a treat on my account there. Since you probably don't know this side of me, I'm heavy in personal development. I'm all about helping people reach new heights, also tap into an abundance that we have as individuals, as human beings, help people with mindset, achieve more money, more success, better lifestyle, you name it. Whatever you desire, that's my goal for you, whatever you want. So Twitter, welcome. X, welcome. Whatever it is. I'm on the YouTube channel as well. I keep telling myself I need to make a new one, but I actually want to just do a whole separate thing. Different email and all that. So that'll happen. On Facebook as well. So I wanted to talk about the power of assumption, right? Power of assumption, which is super, super important when you want to create something that may not be in your present reality or your physical plane. And I've been studying this a lot more deeply. And it's a major key to creating whatever you want, whatever you want. So, of course, if any of this speaks to you, it speaks to you, to your heart, and you know that it's for you or you want more out of life, you attracted this video, you attracted me, you attracted this very moment of you watching this and listening to it. And if you want anything, especially a big goal, or always wanted to do something, but you're afraid, this video should definitely give you a some very valuable information you can use your whole life. All right. So the power of awareness. This is by Neville Goddard. This is the chapter 3, Power of Assumption. So I'm gonna read a little bit and just kind of break it down, just so I can help you a little bit. But like I said, the link is in the description somewhere. You want to have a one-on-one call about this material and see if I can help you with this type of material. Of course, you know, it's, I'm the easiest going guy ever. There's no obligation or anything, but the goal is to help you with whatever you want to accomplish. So Chapter 3, Power of Assumption. I love this. This is one of my favorite books. But you can read 1,000 books, right? You can have 1,000 degrees and still have inferior results, or still have a feeling that you know you want more out of life. I know people that made a lot of money and still they're not fulfilled. I know people that went to school for years and years and got all these certifications and all this stuff, yet they have inferior results, right? They have all this knowledge in a conscious mind, but in reality, they may be in debt, because all the schooling, they're not just where they want to be, right? So let me share a little bit. This is a serious, serious gem on creating whatever you want. All right. So let's break it down. Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. All that befalls a man, all that is done by him, all that comes from him happens as a result of his state of consciousness. So let me break that down a little bit. Consciousness, right? That's basically, what are you aware of, right? Where attention goes, energy flows. So what are you consciously thinking about every day, all day? Now, social media, television, streaming things, we got all kinds of noise now. I was looking at something, some an old post or something, and I was like, wow, life was different without the internet, right? There's less distractions, but there's, pros as well. So where's your consciousness? Where are you thinking? Where's your mind? If it's all over the place, it's hard to have focus on what you really want to bring into your life. This is so important. So A man's consciousness is all that he thinks and desires and loves, all that he believes is true and consents to. A key word is belief there, right? And a lot of times people can't believe what they can't see. This is how your eyes can be a gift and a curse. If you don't see it in your current state, you think it's not there. Your imagination can take you anywhere. And belief, actually, you can believe before seeing. Most people say, I believe it when I see it. It's always an inside job. It starts the inside. Think about it. Imagination, everything you see, the camera, the phone you're holding, the computer you're holding, whatever platform you're looking at this, even YouTube, Facebook, Twitter or X, whatever you call it, books, even my hairstyle, all of it started in the unseen. Everything's created twice, once in the imagination, and then it's brought into the physical plane. So belief, right? And a lot of things that are created in this world, all the beautiful inventions, all the softwares and even musical things, all of it started in somebody's imagination. They had a belief that they can bring it. They believed it. You know how many people probably didn't believe them? I know somebody's watching us right now that believe they can do something, but you have people on the outside telling you that you can't. So belief starts from within, right? So let me continue here. And put in the comments, let me know if this is resonating with you, right? I don't even know if I can see comments here. Yeah. So a man's consciousness is all that he thinks and desires and loves, all that he believes is true and consents to. That is why a change of consciousness is necessary before you can change your outer world. Rain falls as a result of a change in the temperature in the higher regions of the atmosphere. So, in like manner, a change of circumstance happens as a result of a change in your state of consciousness. So that's basically explaining what I'm saying. Changing the inside changes the outside. Never let the outside dictate what you think and what you feel and what you believe, because it's always after, right? So be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So it's like a little quote there. So basically, you'll be transformed by the renewing of your mind. See, this is information that should be helpful for you, because I had to renew my mind a lot of times, right? And I was allowing the outside circumstances and situations dictate who I am. And it's a perpetual cycle. So if you see negative, 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 you're in a negative environment, negative people. I don't have this. I don't have the time. I don't have the. All you're doing is perpetuating a cycle and hoping it'll change. Right? See, this is why your consciousness is important. They say your mind is the temple. Right? This is the gift you'll always have. We all have the power of thoughts. We all do, right? So where is your energy and your focus going, right? Looking at other people's success, you know, wishing and hoping, right? So to be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change, but your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas. For you think from your ideas. All transformation begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. Now, let me talk a little bit about burning desire. If you think there's a difference between, I think I want that. That'd be nice to get that. Or I'm meant for that. That's mine. It's already here. I'm getting that today or this week. That's for me. It's different. Like it's a burning desire to be transformed. So personal development, what I'm talking about, change is inevitable. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. But personal development and change is a choice. So you have a burning desire for something. So without that desire, you're kind of trying to fool yourself going halfway. And I've met so many people that do that, unfortunately. But let this be awareness for you, right? So that way you can kind of be aware of your true desire and really tap in with that energy. So you must want to be different before you can begin to change yourself. Then you must make your future dream a present fact. See, that's in italics. You must make your future a present fact. How in the world do you do that? Now we're talking. All right. So basically, it's the wish fulfilled. So first, you got to figure out what you really want. You got to dig deep inside and ask yourself, what do I really want in this life? What do I really want before the year ends? We're half past the year. Do I want more money? You want more money? Reach out to me. I have a great opportunity. You want a better lifestyle for you and your family. Money is usually the common denominator because it allows so many other things, starting a business, getting whatever material things you want, a comfortable living, stuff like that, right? So by desiring to be other than what you are, okay, let me back up a little bit. Then you must make your future dream a present fact. You do this by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. See, I shared a little bit how to do that. And I help people on how to, basically, there's different things you can do to help basically do that. So by desiring to be other than what you are, you can create an ideal of the person you want to be and assume that you are already that person. If this assumption is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is inevitable. Now, we're dealing with universal laws here. So following these, techniques or processes, it's inevitable, especially if you're really serious and open to it. So the ideal you hope to achieve is always ready for an incarnation. But unless you yourself offer it to human parentage, it is incapable of birth. I love the way that's worded. Therefore, your attitude should be one in which, having desired to express a higher state, you alone accept the task of incarnating this new and greater value of yourself. So, in giving birth to your ideal, you must bear in mind that the methods of mental and spiritual knowledge are entirely different. This is important here, all right? Some people mix the two, mental and spiritual knowledge. This is a point that is truly understood by probably not more than one person in a million. You know a thing mentally by looking at it from the outside. All right, you're using your eyes. You're looking at me, right? Check it out. By comparing it with other things. Probably something someone told you in your past about whatever, right? You're letting your upbringing shape your own belief system. Like it's kind of like, the caveman and fire, right? When they first discovered fire, they thought it was like a demon or something, right? Because they never seen it before. It was new and they were afraid of it. Even like how the whole controversy about the earth being flat and all that, but then they realize, oh, it's not flat, right? So you're stuck in this bubble because of the people around you that shaped your own logic and your own beliefs. So this is really deep, right? So in giving birth to your ideal, you must bear in mind that the methods of mental and spiritual knowledge are entirely different. This is a point that is truly understood by probably not more than one person in a million. You know a thing mentally by looking at it from the outside, by comparing it with other things, by analyzing it and defining it, whereas you can know a thing spiritually only by becoming it. How do you become it? You must be the thing itself and not merely talk about it or look at it. You must be like the moth in search of its idol, the flame. This is one of my favorite parts in this chapter. So you must be the thing itself and not merely talk about it. How many times you look at other people's success or other people's nice cars and you're like, that's nice. I wish I can have that, or I hope I can have that maybe next year, or it's a comparison. You're looking at things from the outside in, right? So back to the moth. You must be like the moth in search of his idol, the flame, who spurred with true desire, plunging at once into the sacred fire, folding his wings within, till he became one color and one substance with the flame. He only knew the flame who in it burned, and only he could tell who never to tell return. Let me explain that. Just as the moth in his desire to know the flame was willing to destroy himself, so must you, in becoming a new person, be willing to die to your present self. So I love that part. So basically, your old self, they even say divorce your old self, right? This is a little more extreme. It says willing to die. So you're kind of killing your old self. You're becoming a grander version of you. So that's what's happening with the floth and the moth and the flame, right? Because he couldn't tell the story because he's a new version of himself, of the new moth. So it's not the goal that you're getting, it's who you're becoming. And really think about that. It's who you became. Like, let's say right now, from this video to the end of the month, you made $1 million. Who cares how you did it? Hopefully it's safe and legal. But you made $1 million this July, right? So it's not the goal, it's who you became to get to that destination, especially you're not a millionaire now or multimillionaire, whatever you want, right? So just as the moth in his desire to know the flame was willing to destroy himself, so must you, in becoming a new person, be willing to die to your present self. You must be conscious of being healthy if you are to know what health is. You must be conscious of being secure if you are to know what security is. Therefore, to incarnate a new and greater value of yourself, you must assume that you are already what you want to be, and then live by faith in this assumption. Live by faith in this assumption. All it is, you're assuming every day what you are, what you choose to be. You're tapping in with a metaphysical energy, meaning nothing is ever created or destroyed. It's just in one form or another. You take water, you boil it, it'll bubble up or whatever, it'll boil, and then it turns to like a vapor, right? And then it goes in the air and you can't see it with your eyes, but you know it's there. It's just like rain. When it rains, on a hot day, you notice when it steams up on the asphalt or the road, that water is changing form, going back into the atmosphere, back into the clouds to repeat the process. That energy is still there. It's just changing form. When you pass away, our bodies turn to dust, right? We're in the casket or they burn us or whatever. It's still moving, but it changes form. It decomposes. It goes into the soil. It goes into the wood or whatever, right? It's always changing form, but it's in a different form. So your goal and your assumption is in a different form. The person you choose to be is here. You just haven't connected with that energy yet. So that's why I love the power assumption, because it opens your mind up on how to assume who you want to be, assume what you want to have, without allowing other people, environment, whatever, shape your own thoughts, because you're the center of your creation. I told you I'm gonna bring something today, and let me know if this speaks to you. I haven't even logged on to Twitter in forever, so it's funny to broadcast on here. So, all right, so check it out. You must be conscious of being healthy. Oh, I already did that. So if you are to know security, therefore, to incarnate a new and greater value yourself, you must assume that you are already what you want to be and live by faith in this assumption, which is not yet incarnate in the body of your life, in confidence that this new value or state of consciousness will be incarnated through your absolute fidelity to the assumption that you are that which you desire to be. This is what wholeness means, what integrity means. They mean submission of the whole self to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, in certainty that the new state of consciousness is the renewing of the mind, which transforms. So it's renewing of the mind. You're renewing your mind. You're not allowing where you've been stuck for so long. So this is getting heated. I'm actually starting to sweat. So they mean submission of the whole self to the feeling of wish fulfilled, and certainty that the new state of consciousness is the renewing of mind which transforms. There is no order in nature corresponding to this willing submission of the self to the ideal beyond the self. Therefore, it is the height of folly to expect the incarnation of a new and greater concept of self to come about by natural evolutionary process. So it says it. Therefore, it is the height of folly to expect the incarnation of a new and greater concept of self to come about by natural evolutionary process. So basically, it's like you think you're going to evolve into your goals. This is where I thought that, right? I just kept thinking, I'll get there one day, or I'll evolve to that. So this is a higher level of creating your life. It really is. And, you know, it's different, you know, way of thinking, and not everybody's open to it. I know that. But for those that are open to it, this should speak to your heart. So that which requires a state of consciousness to produce its effect obviously cannot be affected without such a state of consciousness. And in your ability to assume the feeling of a greater life, to assume a new concept of yourself, you possess what the rest of nature does not possess: imagination, the instrument by which you create your world. So all the creatures, all the animals, I'm looking at the nice trees out here. We have deer run out here every now and then. Crazy frogs in the pond. Um, there's like these weird fish in there. You know, I see some people walking dogs every now and then. These birds, there's some angry birds out here. But the point is, all the creatures of nature, they're comfortable in their environment. You know, some have, you know, the feathers so they can fly, right? Dogs have calloused feet so they can walk on multiple surfaces and not have cold or hot feet, right? Even just think about how animals adapt in their environment. Now, we were totally out of our environment. We're totally out of our environment. See, Instagram, you got a little treat. My daughter sees her face on there. So we're totally out of our environment, right? Say hi, Layla. Say it. All right. All right. All right. You can go back over there. Thank you. So we're totally out of our environment, right? We're totally out of our environment. So what does that mean? We've been given the gift of imagination to create our own environment. We all have imagination. You know, it's really heightened when we're children, but we allow the world to kind of, I wouldn't say take it away, but it gets weaker when we don't use it. So as kids, my daughter just came over here, her imagination's out here, right? She imagines these huge things. I'm helping her really connect with it. And as you become adult, you know, you get responsibilities, jobs, etc., you know, money, debt, um, environment, and you allow these things to diminish your imagination. So to assume a new concept of yourself, you possess what the rest of nature does not possess: imagination, right? The instrument by which you create your world. You think a dog imagines to be a cat? You know, so really think about that, right? Your imagination is the instrument, the means whereby your redemption from slavery, sickness, and poverty is effected. If you refuse to assume the responsibility of the incarnation of a new and higher concept of yourself, this is gold right here. If you, whoever's watching this or watches it, refuse to assume the responsibility of the incarnation of a new and higher concept of yourself, then you reject the means, the only means whereby your redemption, that is, the attainment of your ideal, can be effected. Watch it replay if you missed that one. So, imagination is the only redemption power in the universe. However, your nature is such that it is optional to you whether you remain in your present concept of yourself, a hungry being longing for freedom, health, and security, or choose to become the instrument of your own redemption. Imagine yourself as that which you want to be, and thereby satisfy your hunger and redeeming yourself. So this brings to mind, you know, a lot of us use our imagination in a negative way, in a lack way, meaning we fear what we don't want. Oh, I don't want that to happen. You're basically creating with your imagination in a negative way. You've been using it, but not for something that serves you and what you really want. So there's a final quote here. Oh, be strong then and brave. Oh, what time is it? I got a call. Client call, actually at 7. So, oh, be strong then and brave, pure, patient, and true. The work that is yours, let no other hand do. For the strength for all need is faithfully given from the fountain within you, the kingdom of heaven. So that is The Power of Assumption, Neville Goddard, and very powerful study there that I will probably study the rest of my life, because it's important to revisit, because we allow everything on the outside kind of affect our own thinking. And if you're constantly thinking about what you don't want and allowing the outside world shape your conscious thoughts, you start feeling a certain way. Notice feeling is basically conscious awareness of what you're thinking. So if you're feeling bad, you're not feeling good today, or you're feeling depressed or a little down because something didn't happen or things aren't happening for you, that shows where your focus is. That shows what you're thinking. See how it's connected. I was going to do a live stream about this, right? This is an image of your mind. Conscious mind, subconscious. These are sensory factors: see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and here's your body. All of it's related. So if you're feeling bad, that means you're putting energy, you're thinking about something that's not serving you. Now you're feeling good, you're thinking about something that is serving you. And the body is a vibration. Remember, I said nothing sits still. So the body reacts based on what the mind tells it. Told y'all, I got you back. I love helping people with this, but I really wanted to share that particular chapter because I've been studying even more. Shout out to Mindy. Really inspired me to focus on the wish fulfilled and vibrate that. So, of course, you want to talk about this on a deeper level. Maybe I'll do like a small group call, private call. I don't mind doing that. Just reach out to me somehow. I don't even check Twitter anymore, but my call link's in there as well. You want to do one-on-one? I don't mind talking one-on-one about this. But blessings, everybody. I wish the best, the most for you, a fulfilled, happy life. Sending you much love to you and yours, and yeah, hope you got something out of this. All right, have a great evening. If you missed it, watch the replay.